Hey you want to see inside my sketchbook? I really like this sketchbook. It's like a faux leather. Got it from Michael's art store. My favorite part about it, two things. I like that there's a tree because I am eyecough, son of oak. The tree is my sigil, and this is just fitting. I like seeing that every day. And I like this little tassel. It was much longer. Supposed to be keeping your place, but I use it as a little pen holder. Look at that. So nice. But it's full, so we don't need a pen anymore. It's full because I sketch in this every morning. It's the first thing I do when I wake up. I just do a little doodle. It doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be a masterpiece. Just has to be a complete drawing that fills the page somewhat. That can mean a number of different things. The point is to get the hands moving first thing in the morning, get that parasympathetic nervous system activated, reduce stress right off the bat. It's a good way to get started, good way to get creative every day, build habits. It's baby stepping, baby. Baby steps over time will lead to a lot of growth. That's what I believe, and that's why I do this. Hopefully it's inspiring to you. Maybe you've seen some of my finished work and you're like, he's pretty good. Well, it's probably because I do a lot of this. This is when I solve my problems, or at least get some ideas down in their roughest form. So you're gonna see some pretty rough stuff in this sketchbook. Stop chatting, let's get going. All right. Open it up to the first page. This is my logo. A-E. Alex Eyecough, lowercase. And it's also a tree with some roots, some mycelia. Started this in August of 2022. Almost a year ago. I think I finished this sketchbook maybe a month ago. Maybe 3 weeks ago I finished this up. Blank page. It's the only one you'll see, I promise. And the first image is something weird. Just an abstract little portrait guy with some shrubs. Interessante. Kind of noodly, pimply, nipply face guy. Not so happy. A moose drooling. I believe I sketched that the morning I began my Fraser Moose mural at Vicious Cycles Brewing. Some more abstraction. Doodles. I've recently started doing this again in my sketches, and you can find those in my shorts and reels on YouTube and Instagram. I don't do TikTok. No mo. A crow. Pretty rough stuff. A bear with a bee fishing something. Coffee. I gave up coffee for 9 months last year, and I think this is about the time that I started drinking it again. And I'm thinking I'm gonna give it up again right about now. It's the end of July 2023. It's time for another break. Spray paint. More abstract, weird shit. Maybe that's an iPad drawing, Apple Pencil, and a joint. TP. Portrait. I like drawing faces. It's one of my favorite things to draw. So you see a lot of faces in here. Typically abstract or abstracted. Just like not realistic faces, I guess. Kind of cartoony. Angsty. My other favorite thing to draw is trees. And this looks like a sketch from life. Just a quick sketch at a park. I believe in Denver, Colorado. A tree. Here's some coffee that I was obviously holding in my hand. That looks like my thumb. Yeah. Grumpy face. That's definitely a self-portrait. Looks like my mustache. Maybe a little herp on the lip. More self-portraiture. I was stressed, obviously, at this point in my life. Yep, Washington Park, Denver, Colorado. Just a quick little sketch of a lake. Pretty rough, not super detailed, not a lot of value structure. The darks and lights. It's all pretty light, wispy. You can do a lot with a blue pen. I do blue pen and not pencil because I think the permanence of the pen is a good practice to just commit to shapes and line that you put down, because this is not about making something look perfect and real. It's just about sketching concepts, and I like not having to sharpen my pencil. The pen is great for that. And I like the blue. There's a certain amount of depth you can get with blue that you can't necessarily get with black. I don't know what that is. I think I just like the look. Here's a tree, kind of looks like a puss. More trees. I don't really sketch from life that often, but at the beginning of this book, I apparently was doing that. Just some trees in a park. Hard wood. This is cool. I love wood grain. Wood grain is one of the most fascinating designs I have seen in the natural world. I'm a sucker for hardwoods in a floor of a house. This is a fun face. That would make a good painting. More faces, just juicy facial features. I like the big noses, the big juicy lips, the big old chins. Here's a good transition, going from the straight up faces to the tree faces, which I've been doing a ton recently. I have a series of paintings I just finished up. You can find that video on YouTube. Just substituting the nose for a tree. I think it meshes really well with the structure of a face and the different components and the ratios. Having the canopy almost be like the hairline. You'll see me mess around with this concept a lot in this sketchbook. More self-portraiture. I've got a mole right here. That's what that is. Chimp boy. Chillin'. I just like drawing shapes. Sometimes I don't like to think about what I'm drawing or anything conceptual. I just like to draw shapes. That's what this is. I like the physical feeling of the pen gliding on the paper. More of that. Look at these little guys. That's cool. I've been dealing with some digestive issues the past year. If you haven't tuned into my channel, I've been going through a long health journey, messing around with a number of different diets. I was diagnosed with hypothyroidism, Hashimoto's, which has led to a number of different gut issues, digestive issues, constipation, hella cramping. So that's what this is. Last year I was eating a paleo diet and a ton of vegetables, which you'd think is really good for you. I don't disagree, but for me particularly, I don't really deal with fiber that well. It was a rough year. Since then, I've switched to more of an animal-based diet, and I found a lot of relief in my digestion. I'm not constipated nearly as often. My poops are normal. This isn't what you asked for. You want to see some sketches. Moving on. I was also very depressed all last year. I struggle with mental health issues, as I'm sure a lot of artists do because we're just sensitive. But I think the really low fat and low protein diet exacerbated that. I don't know. I'm not a doctor. You should not take my advice. This is just maybe you struggle with the same. Challenge the norms, experiment with your body. That's all I can give you as far as solid advice. Do your own research. But these are all self-portraits, right? And I'm not happy. I'm much happier right now. Yeah, I didn't even want to draw that day. But at least I've got the pen moving. This says, fun. Definitely getting lazier. I was busy this part of the last year, so it was just enough for me to just scribble on the page. And honestly, these are pretty damn cool, if you ask me. Feeling nice and fancy, I guess. Flowers on me, still not happy. That's a cool one. Self-portrait as well, because look at that coif. These are fun. There's a little paintus, another self-portrait. Just looks tired. This is a depressing sketchbook so far, I'm sorry. Hand. I used to sketch hands a lot from life, because you always got them in front of you. Unless you don't have hands, I'm sorry if you don't. That wasn't. Moving on. Nose. I like noses. It's one of my favorite body parts. They're just so interesting. Eyes too, obviously. Eye cough. I see you. Look at that ball chin. Oh my, grump face. I need cough drops. Must have been sick. Rarely ever sick. Now I have this autoimmune disease. I don't know what's going on. What? Because. That's wild. More eyes. More faces. Another tree face. Sad face. Somewhat excited face. The king. I like that guy. That guy's cool. Old man. I don't think that some of these pages need explaining. I just think it's valuable to look. So sorry if I'm not saying anything for some of these. Okay, we're in Ecuador now. Amanda Noel, my partner, and I spent 30 months in Ecuador at the beginning of this year, 2023. And this was at our host's house. She was chilling in a hammock, reading a book. That's her. Cute and cuddly. There are a lot of hummingbirds in Ecuador. A lot of birds in general. Lovely little trees. Trees are so elegant. Another hummingbird, slightly happier this time. This guy, not so happy. What a pair. Messing around with the concept of a landscape in a face, in a portrait. I like the combination of a landscape portrait. It's probably not anything new, but I'm trying to figure out my way of doing it. Because I like faces and I like trees. This looks like a sliced mushroom, but it could also be a nose and it could also be a penis. Look at those tatas and hairy pits. I like this stack face. That's nice. Oh yeah, we got some sort of like E. coli when we were in Ecuador. And that is a butt on a toilet. And this is caca. Caca-doo-doo. Poo-poo. Liquid ass pissing. Stay out me bubble. I think this was because I was feeling an intense lack of privacy while in Ecuador. I needed some alone time. I'm a very independent person and I need my alone time. I was dealing with some digestional issues. Big old bloated belly. Butt chin. Look at that. Takes up half the page. And here we have the ruler of the spatula. The ruler of the spatula. Cool guy. Some eyes. Making sure I can actually draw an anatomically correct eye in different ways. This is a more like stylized, cartoony version. This is a more real version. More stacking. I love that. Squished. Whoa. I like drawing teeth too. Mouths. Look at all these guys. And I think we're about to get into these tree faces. Get ready. No, just normal faces. Oh, with a little bit of a bark nose. Double chin, baby. More stacks, like a tiki face skull stack thing. We got like a double page. It's a little bit mirrored, isn't it? Playing around with different ways to draw eyes. Snakes started coming into my life. Did some ayahuasca, saw a lot of visions of snakes. This was after ayahuasca as well. I feel called to learn music, some musical instruments. I really want to play the flute, Native American flute. It really sings to me. I used to play music as a kid and kind of stopped. Picked art over the performing art. More music, more snake. These funky little skeleton dudes. I like this face on the left. I like these lovely little trees, a little abstracted, you know? Another skeleton guy with a tree face. This little froggy gal. Here come the tree faces. I can feel it. But first, another logo from Alex. Hey, baby, that's me. Right about here is where I started doing a daily YouTube short and Instagram reel. Just a way to get content out for you guys. Hopefully it's inspiring. Let me know what you think. This one's a painting. This one's a painting, so is this one. These are both paintings now in my most recent series. This one will be a painting soon. Both of these will, actually. This one's a painting. This one looks cool too. I like that guy. It kind of reminds me of like a hippo or something. These are really fun. This guy's wacky. Another wacky one. This is lovely. This is like some Japanese drawing. I need to probably study some Japanese art because I really dig that. I think this is my most viewed YouTube short. I'm pretty sure. It's got like 6,000 views or something. This guy looks magical. Someone's looking at a bee. I like that guy. Cuddle buddies. Cute. Oh, that's it. We're done. Okay, go to sleep. That's it, folks. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed that. I hope it was inspiring. I hope that you give me a like and a comment. Let me know which one was your favorite drawing and which one you'd like to see as a painting. Thanks for tuning in. I hope this was relaxing. Until next time, thank you for watching. See ya.